All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an impromptu exclusive episode of It's Me Speaking to You. I am, as always, Jeffrey Wilson. And ladies and gentlemen, this guy is so gracious, been so gracious with his time. The last 24 hours, there has been crazy news in the world of the mixed martial arts, the UFC. Just about 24 hours ago, the news was broken on UFC.com. Dana White says not only is Conor McGregor, win or lose, going back down to fight at his weight class, but the news, the lingering, will he not get the fight? Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the number one ranked welterweight in the world, finally is getting his shot at the newly crowned champ, Mr. Tyron Woodley. Brother man, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, thank you for joining me, man. What are your thoughts? How are you doing? I know you are freaking through the moon, brother.
Man, I can't stop smiling, to be honest with you, dude. This is amazing news. I was freaking out. I was actually on a plane, getting ready to take off, on the way to Florida, I had a seminar there, and my manager messaged me and was like, "Hey, man, Steven, it's on." I was like, "What do you mean it's on?" He's like, "You, Tyron Woodley, you guys are gonna be duking it out, man." And I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" My dad, who was sitting next to me, went crazy, man. This is, it's great news, man. I mean, the UFC, they're sticking to their plan, they're sticking with their rankings. And I think that's how it should be, man. And, Tyron Woodley's probably a disappointed guy right now, but you know what? I don't care, man. I'm getting ready to face off against the champion and have a chance at that title.
And a well-deserved shot, brother. Like I said, you've been skipped over more than once, and I'm hoping this is a healthy indicator of the new UFC, the new ownership that, like we've talked about, having that healthy balance of money fights. Plus, you got to stick to the rankings, man. Like I said, you've been just grinding way too long. Number one ranked. I'm hoping this is a sign of things to come, man.
Me too, man. I'm super excited. Which is why I'm glad that I'm on the show with you, just to let the fans know, man. All the fans out there who helped me through this, who was making some noise to try and get this fight happening. I just want to say thank you, and thanks to all the fans out there that had my back, man. That was. Man, definitely puts a smile on my face.
Absolutely. I mean, because as we spoke about in our last interview, like a few days after Robbie lost and Tyron got the title, we were saying, you're not the most smack-talkingest guy in the world, so it's almost going to have to be the momentum of the fans really hoping to put it over the edge because, a lot of people were pretty dismayed, and we even talked about it ourselves. Tyron is an OG, man. He's been at it a very long time. But like you said, you just got the belt, man. Defended a couple times before you start talking super fight stuff.
Exactly, I mean, when I was out there for Fox Sports 1, and, I kind of challenged him a little bit after obviously winning the title, and him sitting there to tell me, "Hey, man, no, I want a money fight." I was like, I didn't expect that. You just don't hear that. You expect him to say, "Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it in, next few fights coming up, blah, blah, blah." But I was like laughing in my head. I was like, "Is this guy kidding me?"
It was little. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It was just kind of disappointing to hear that, and it kind of had me up and down a little bit because I really wasn't sure what the UFC was looking at because you got, newly ranked, title or champion, Bisping getting ready to fight the number 13th ranked guy in the division, Dan Henderson. So I didn't know exactly what was going on because you have stuff like that going on in the UFC.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right. And, cooler heads prevailed. Dana, obviously, this is kudos to Dana, too, man. He definitely made the right move here. And, as we talked about in our interview, man, this is kind of putting an interesting spin as what we talked about, this Conor McGregor effect. There are people who are talking their way into fights. And as I said in our interview, Tyron has a huge card with the title, but he's not holding all the cards. And obviously, that hubris, if you will, of thinking, I just got the title, so now I'm getting money fights, people need to start pumping the brakes on that kind of talk because, conventional wisdom is, man, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, these people fought multiple times before we start talking anything about super fights. So, yeah, man, maybe this is going to put a little pause in other fighters' step as it relates to trying to call these money fights out. Yes, there is room for that. Yes, this is a new UFC where there's crazy money. But, got to show and prove, man, which you did. You got the belt, but you can't be doing that super fight talk when you got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson right there, number one ranked.
Oh, man, well, I appreciate that, dude. I'm just kind of up in the air right now and, just super excited and that I will be fighting for the title. It just seems like yesterday I was fighting in the UFC, just stepping out there for the first time and now looking and getting ready to step in there with the champion Tyron Woodley. It's a dream come true. Just stepping out there with the best, just going out there and trying to fight for that title, knowing that title's on the line.
Right. It's
a dream come true, man. And that's the one guy that I've, once he's gotten the title, that's the guy that I have in my head right now. It was Robbie Lawler to begin with, but now it's him. That's the guy I'm focused on. That's the guy who I'm going to be facing. And man, it's just no words can describe the feeling I'm feeling right now, man. So I just want to say thanks to Dan White, the UFC, all the fans, and for you for actually having this interview with me, man.
I would. No, thank you for taking the time. Like I said, I didn't want to abuse. You've been very gracious with your time. Had you on a few times, so I didn't want to abuse that. But I was so darn near excited, just as much as you were excited for you, man. Because talked to you a few times. You really are a good dude, man. And as a fan of just martial arts and martial artists, you really carry yourself in that very humble way. So I'm really excited for you, man. Like if you weren't gonna get up and pitch a fit and start yelling, man, I was gonna do it for you. And a lot of people, a lot of other people did it for you too, man. So again, I know you got to head out. I know you had some family stuff going on, brother, man. Here is to an awesome camp, a safe camp, an awesome fight, a safe fight. And brother, all the best to you, my man.
Thanks, brother. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully when we get this title, I'll be back on with you again.
You heard it, folks. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, #1 ranked welterweight in the world, finally getting his shot at TyronTheChosenOneWoodley. Man, I appreciate your time, brother. This has been an exclusive with the Wonderboy. It's me speaking to you. Stay tuned, gang. There will be more.